Hello, hello. How is everyone doing tonight? I'm gonna just give it a couple of more seconds for, you know, to get 2 or 3 people in here. How y'all doing tonight? Um, the topic for tonight: why you gotta dance around the truth. Mm. You ever been hearing somebody talk about something and they know it's the truth? You saw it happen right in front of your face, but you gotta turn all kinds of tricks and flips and everything to be able to say that you saw what the truth is or you heard what the truth is. Why you gotta do that when you telling the truth? I just don't get it. And I'm gonna give like a couple of examples that we can talk on. But and again, I said hello to everybody. Hello to the ones that just now coming in. I would greatly appreciate if you just hit the little like button, share and subscribe, only if you want to. But one of the scenarios that I'm give is because for the past couple of days it's like everything somebody been talking to me about is like there's a truth that's happening right there in front of your face. But then when it come down to talking to the person who the truth is about, it's like everybody's skating around having this conversation with them or talking to them or whatever. It's like you can't um you can't be honest with them or whatever. And for some of the reasons, some people don't want to be honest with others because when you do try and tell them something, it's like they having a temper tantrum because you telling them the truth. But when if you telling them the truth, should that deter you from telling them the truth because they start having a temper tantrum because you trying to tell them the truth? You know, I don't know. But one of the things was is I had a friend who had called me one night and she was venting to me about something that had happened. And she said that somebody had throw or spray paint all over her old man car or whatever. And she kept telling me the story about what had happened. And when she finished telling the story, she asked me, she said, "Nah, he trying to blame me for doing it, but do that sound like something that I do?" And I started laughing and I said to her, I say, actually, it do sound like something that you would do. And in the midst of it, she couldn't even say, no, I didn't do it. She was like, ooh, girl, that is because I did do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can be around somebody for X amount of time or whatever, and I can just about imagine what you will or what you won't do. But and also too, I can be in a room and I can see you do something wrong. If somebody asking you questions and I was there to see it when it happened and they questioning you about what you did and I seen that you did it. When them people asking you questions, don't then turn around and ask me no questions, because if you including me in it, then I got to say what I actually seen with myself. But if you over there staying quiet and you don't include me in it, I don't got nothing to do with it. I really don't. But if you turn around and then ask me a question about the situation that I just saw with my own eyes, I'm gonna have to say what I seen with my own eyes. If you don't want me to say it, then don't come and talk to me about it. I'm not her. So but too, there's been some other situations is like things going on where you see a family member doing something that's gonna cause a issue for one of their kids or something, and you've already saw that it caused an issue, and everybody coming to you and talking about what this person is doing, but they want to control how you gonna go and have the conversation with the person over there. Why you need to control the way the person gonna go and have the conversation with the other person, to especially if they saw the person doing all of the things that need to be talked to them about. They saw them doing all the things that they need to. So it's like, why we dancing around to be able to tell somebody the truth? I just don't understand it. I mean, I can see you treading lightly or something when somebody can't handle taking the truth, or whatever. But I'm saying it's like, I see a lot of people like we go the extra mile, and I'm not going to even exclude myself, because I've been in situations before where it's been like, no, I don't want to tell them the truth because they get mad every time somebody tell the truth. So, you know, I don't know, but I've seen several situations over the past couple of days that people just seem like you cannot tell them a truth about anything. Then you got ones that call you and they want to talk to you on the phone about every single thing. And then when you start telling them the things that they complaining about that somebody else saying about them, and you can name some of those things that those same people complaining about, but you want me to pretend like I don't see any of those things. Yeah, I'm not good with that. That kind of stuff. I'm really not. Again, hello everybody. It's good to see you all. I ain't been on here in a minute. But I've been running into this over and over again. Every time I go loud, the dog start barking. Yeah, go and sit down somewhere. Made me lose my train of thought. But again, I don't know if somebody else out here, you dealing with somebody who come along and then they want you to lie about everything. Yeah. That just ain't me. I can't do it. I can't. And there is a situation that I'm kind of like trying to dance around it a little bit, but there's a situation where somebody had their kid removed from them for certain things that they were doing. They got a second chance and was able to get their kid back, but they still doing some of the same things that caused them to get the kid taken away from them. Well, they loved ones sitting around them, and because this person does not receive truth very well, a lot of people ain't willing to tell this person the truth that's inevitable if you keep moving the way that you do, that your kid could be taken away from you. And I just don't know no better way of saying it. I definitely have a soft spot when it come down to kids being removed, parents not being able to be in the kid's life because it affect the kid in a whole lot of different ways. I've raised a lot of kids that been without their mama and their daddy, and it didn't turn out. I can't say it turned out bad, but I don't know no kid that want to live in that situation where they missing one of their parents. I just don't know one that's in that situation. I have my 4-year-old granddaughter with me, and on a daily she asks about her parents. I don't know if her mom believes that she mentions her on a daily. She asks about her all the time. She blames us for um her mom not talking to her. And when you dealing with when you talking to a kid that's 4 years old and they blaming you for being the one that's keeping them away from their parents, you kind of eat it. How can you argue back and forth with a 4-year-old that views it as it's your fault? That views it as you should be able to make it happen. You should be able to make my mama get on the phone, make my daddy get on the phone and talk to me. But we all know that parents ain't no superheroes like that. They can be superheroes in a whole lot of other ways, but you can't make somebody care about them, show them love for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason is, that one that just doesn't want to show up. Um and one could say maybe I'm a little too honest, if that's a word. Maybe that is a flaw of mine. Like, I just can't dance around the truth. I have to be honest about it. And especially people coming to you and you got 4 and 5 people telling you the same thing that you've already saw. And then when they come to you, they expect you to just be quiet and act like you didn't see the same thing. You got to be crazy when you stand face to face with people. And I don't roll like that. I have a hard time rolling like that. I feel like if I be lying and like I don't tell somebody the truth that come and ask me something, especially is like they asking me something about they self or something like that. If I can't be honest with them, I don't even want to answer the question. Just let me be, let me stay out of that, and I'm fine and dandy with it. um But if I open my mouth and give my opinion about it after being asked and I don't be honest with it, that it bother with my sleep. So I just ain't good at being that kind of person. And you all, I know I just be going on and on. I'm trying to get used to just seeing my own self on the camera. I am a person that like to communicate and have conversations with people. But sitting here and being able to look at this computer screen and it's like I'm having a conversation with my own self because that's all I see on the screen. Um, it's something different. So I do like questions, and I know everybody ain't comfortable with coming in your chat and asking you questions. Everybody don't want to drop down out the skybox. But hey, y'all up there, I be a bush watcher my own self. I don't say a whole lot in people's chats and everything, but I be around in a whole bunch of different places watching a whole bunch of things um happen, and I just don't say nothing. But over here, you can drop down and you can say something if you want to. And this is a safe place. All I ask is that you respectful over here if you do drop down and say something. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try and stay on here for a little while. I'm just trying to get used to like going live, getting in the groove of being on here, and um basically getting the jitters out. And it ain't really the jitters about talking to people, because I talk to people all the time. It's just that, like, you know what Betty Wright say, is you know me and I don't know you. Yeah, so I just be trying to get out of it, get out my own my comfort zone of having to be absolutely comfortable all the time. But your girl can talk. I can go on and on and on and on and on. It's just I don't, and I did. And then I be trying to be respectful, even though I don't come on here and say people name or whatever. Um, like the conversations that I have with people, I don't necessarily want to come and repeat them, even though I say to them, sometimes I may come on here and I want to talk about some of the things that I talk to others about or whatever. Um, Behind the scene, because a lot of the times people be needing to hear those hear those very same things. It's just that you don't know that other people need to hear, because nobody ain't talking about what's happening in their life. We all just sitting around and pretending like life just going by smooth sailing, ain't nothing happening. Just like somebody told me the other day, girl, you be all over the place. One day you be talking about this, the next day you be talking about that. That's because your life, I don't know, I ain't met nobody where their life just be going this one particular way every single day of their life and nothing don't never switch up. No, my life have a lot of ups and downs to it. And one day I can be hatching chickens, the next day I can be fighting, and the next day, you know, you just don't even you just don't even know which say, Shalissa, I'm allergic to fake. I like 100 any day. Okay, I'm trying to tell you. Absolute 100. What you been up to today, Shalissa? Yeah, even though I hate, sometimes I don't be accepting of the truth, but I can hear when somebody telling me the truth, but then sometimes I be in a headspace of where I know you telling the truth, but I don't want to hear it right now. Just shut up and let me be where I am right now. And I always end up later on, I can go back and I can say, hey, at the time when such and such was happening, I could hear what you said. And just at that moment, I didn't want to hear you say it because I wanted to be right where I am. Um, I'm that kind of person. I don't want nobody around me telling me that I just dropped a pile of poop on the floor and then they telling me I'm sprinkling roses down on the ground. I don't need none of that. None of that at all. That's great. Hey, spiritual. I ain't seen you in a minute. I know it ain't none of you. It's probably me. I don't be on here that much. I be needing I'm the kind, I think I need to do me like a little telephone thing where I can have a call in phone number. You get me on the phone, then I could be on here all day long just talking, 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 talking. But to me, I'm looking at this screen and all I see is me. I feel like I'm talking to myself. My sister and them know you get on the phone, I'll be talking to her. Nah, it's been me, mama. Well, it's been a little bit of both of us in between all the stuff that I've been going through. It'd be real draining. It'd be real draining to be going through all of the different things. And to be honest with y'all, and I'll come on here and I'll be talking. If I told y'all every single thing that be happening around me, everybody will be in disbelief, like, girl, nah, that stuff don't really be happening. So when people tell me, girl, you need to write a book, I really be feeling like I really should write a book because I just don't be knowing. I just do not be knowing. So as somebody said, I know they probably thought they was taking a dig at me that because they said that girl, you be all over the place. It's true. I came on here and I looked for my channel to go one way, and my channel said, "No, you going over here," and then it say, "No, you going this way." So it's true. I'll be all over the place. One day I'll be gardening here. You can see me growing food. The next day I'm fussing at somebody, and the next day I'm smiling, and the next day I'm crying. So I mean, life, life be happening. It really do. I don't know how people come on here every day and make everything be so perfect. Even every time I try to come on here and be on time. that don't never work out right all the time. Real life. Real life. Every time I get ready to come on here, one of the children got something. I get ready to hit the live button. Here go the other day I'm getting ready to hit the live button. I walk past my chicken pen. My chicken's out walking around. Walking around just chilling. I'm like, okay then. Now I gotta put it on pause and let me go and do this over here. No, life really, really, really be happening. And you can't change it. It just is what it is. But I don't know. My conversation was the day is that I know it's got to be some people out here that's be thinking it's like every time you tell the truth, there's somebody that's sitting in the room that's calling you crazy or don't want you to call out the truth. They want you to hide. They want you to hide what the truth about something is, and it's just like, and it'll be the very people that's complaining to you about the things that these people doing, that when you go and say something to them, then they'll be like, well, you shouldn't have said it like this, you shouldn't have said it like that. But they one of the people that came and told you, they're one of the people that's coming to tell you that this person is doing these things, and now you finally say to them, no matter if you say it to them in a good way or bad way, they want you to dance around it. They, they want to be able to talk about it, but they don't want you to say nothing about it. I don't know. Am I the only person that be running into people like that? You know, they want to say it to you, but they don't never want you to repeat it to them or like point it out that they happen. It's just like before I've been in a situation where I was at church one day and I walked into the ladies' restroom. And it's a big restroom. It was probably about 30 women in there. And when I opened the bathroom door, everybody in the bathroom got quiet. And I was like, "Oh, why everybody got quiet?" Everybody in the bathroom say, "Oh, we thought you was sister so and so." I say, "Oh, nah." Oh, no, I ain't her. I was like, well, let me go ahead and use the bathroom and hurry up and get on out of here, because when I go to church, and I ain't saying it about nobody else, but I don't go. If I go to church, I'm not going. I'm sorry, y'all. My light went out for a minute. I have to turn it back on in a few minutes. But when I go to church to hear the word. It's time for me to go. I don't stick around and do no gossiping and all of that there stuff. But anyways, I walk in the bathroom, everything go quiet. Oh, we thought you was sister such and such. I was like, let me go ahead and use the bathroom then, so y'all can go back to y'all conversation that y'all was having. I turn around and walk out the bathroom, but um probably sometime down the line, um me and this lady ended up having a situation. But prior to us having the situation, a lot of people in the church had came and said some things to me about her. Now, I know her from 20 years ago, so what they talking about at this moment, I don't know her for that. I know her to be different from that. So I'm hearing what the people saying, and I'm not talking about one or two people. I'm talking about 4, 5 people that's warning me. I mean, they saying stuff like, if you lead a song in the choir, she be giving you dirty stares and everything. She don't like nobody to get in different positions in the church. Everybody was saying all kind of stuff about this lady, right? So one time a situation had happened with me, and it was like, when I go to church at this time I had 7 children. We go to church, first thing we walk into church, hey, y'all go to the bathroom, use bathroom so you don't have to walk through church service. My kids all sit with me, whatever. So on this particular day, I walk inside the church, the lady say, she come up to me personally and she say, um, can you make your kids go to the bathroom before church service start? Because when they get up and move around during service, she say, it's very distracting. Me, I'm like, oh, okay, then my kids already going to the bathroom. Church service ain't started. So, I don't have no problem at this moment. The next thing you know, after she came and addressed me personally, she went up into the front of the church and she grabbed the microphone and she made a loud speech to everybody in the church. Now I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, well, if you was gonna make a public service announcement, then why did you have to come and single me out alone? The spiritual say you are not allowed. I figured I would. I was just asking that question to be funny, but I figured if you're gonna single me out, if you was gonna say it for the whole church, then why come and single me out first before you say it? If you gonna say it to everybody anyway, just go ahead and do it up in front of the church. Well, I don't even know how I got to this story, but anyways, we going here today. So fast forward, we go down the line, and we do this little fundraiser or whatever. Um and I sold some dinners or whatever, but this lady ended up saving food from the dinners, bringing it back to church. I missed church this one night, so she took the food back home and she bought it back on. Okay, I was supposed to go to church on Tuesday. I missed Tuesday. She took the food that from off of the plate back home on Tuesday, and she bought the food back that was on the plate back on Thursday night to church again. So anyways, we ended up having this conversation about this thing or whatever, and some other situations had happened or whatever, but I'm starting to see the things that everybody done told me about or said about her or whatever, and I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go. So then she went to the pastor about something, and he asked, can he have a meeting with me in the bathroom? We went, hey LaBara. We went inside the office, and we had this meeting or whatever. And then when we were in there, something that she had did, let me see. What did she do? Because I don't want to miss no part of it. It was like she was like, anyways, it was me and her didn't really cross paths or whatever. I knew her from back in the days, because she was like my Sunday school teacher when I was a little girl or whatever. But she was like one of my favorite people. But she had done gained a position in the church, and she was totally different than what I knew her back then or whatever. And no, over 20 years, you don't expect somebody to be the same person, but they'll have some resemblance of whoever they used to be. So, okay. Well, anyways, she was doing her thing or whatever, and some other things had happened, and I may have to fill in the blank another day because I didn't expect to talk about this story. But long story short, one day we was in the office, and she was like, and I said something to her, but anyways, it prompted her. And what I was doing was standing in the office, and I was basically I was saying to God, I was like, Lord, please let her ask me, do I forgive her? So she asked me. She ended up saying, and she was like, now, do you forgive me? And I said, no, the pastor asked me that. Do I forgive this lady? Because a whole bunch of stuff had happened. And I said, oh no, I said I absolutely do not forgive her. I said I don't. And also at the time I knew that it said in the Bible that if you have an alt with your sister or brother, you go to your sister or brother and you tell them about the alt that you have with them, right? Now, I ain't no Bible genius or no nothing, but somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But it say you go to your sister or your brother. Okay, if that don't work, then you go back and you grab somebody else by the hand and you bring them with you that know the truth. Now, mind you, I said all these people in the church coming to tell me stuff about they sister, and nobody ain't saying nothing, right? So I go back and grab two people. Those two people can confirm. Now the pastor is saying to me, he don't want to hear nothing about what nobody else says. So I'm like, I'm confused. Now, I'm a baby. I don't know what I'm doing. And now I'm thinking I'm wrong. Like, I must be doing something wrong. So, oh my God. But anyways, this whole situation turned into a big old thing because this situation turned into whatever outside of the church. But anyways, how I ended up was I went into the office because then we had this final meeting, right? We go inside this meeting, and this lady still coming for me, and I said to her, and I said, Well, you seem to think that I'm the only one that has an issue with you. And I told her and the pastor about that day when I walked in the bathroom and everybody in the bathroom got quiet because they thought that I was her coming into the ladies' bathroom. I say all the ladies in the church are behind the bathroom doors having conversations about you. They don't like you because of your attitude or whatever. And the pastor cut me off from telling her. Well, it was like, and I feel like he was cutting me off from telling her because she was one of the elders of the church. So, it is what it is. I ended up getting out as much as of what I need to get out to her. And I ended up leaving the church. And I'll hit back on that later on down the line because that's a whole other story that I have to tell, but there's a lot going on there. But anyways, I ended up leaving the church after that point. And when I left there, she didn't stay for 2 weeks after I left because it wasn't for me to run her off there, but the seed that I planted to let her know that the things you doing, not only am I telling you the truth about it, but everybody else knows the truth about it, but they just talking about it and about you behind your back. And I think that she could no longer handle the thought of she walking around the church and she's one of the leaders of the church and everybody talking about her behind her back. And I wasn't telling her like, to hurt or no nothing, but the truth is the truth. I can't help what I seen and what I heard with my own eyes. It was a truth. And obviously it had some kind of weight to it because it ran her away from the position that she held. They want you to respect her because of her status, but respect is earned, never given. That's what I'm talking about right there. It's like I can respect like elders, people that are a lot older than me. Now I done had a lady in her 70s tell me that she'll slap me about her daughter-in-law. Now, I'm very respectful. I don't disrespect no elderly people, and no elderly people can't never tell you that I disrespect them. But I can tell you, when you telling me that you gonna slap me about your daughter-in-law that's the same age that I am, trust and believe me, old lady, when you slap me, I'm gonna slap your ass back. And I'm just gonna be honest about that. It ain't no free slaps in here. See, one thing I haven't learned how to turn the other cheek. I did a whole bunch of that when I was a little girl. Now, can I say I absolutely, absolutely can't do it? I can't say that but what I can say is I know God ain't done with me yet. But somebody threatening me that they just gonna slap me because your daughter-in-law don't like me? No, you ain't gonna slap me. No, ma'am. Yeah, people do want respect because of what their name is, what their status is, or whoever they're supposed to be, whatever. I don't know. You want respect. It's just like a lot of pastors want respect, but they ain't showing no kind of respect in the church because they doing everything but what they supposed to be doing in the church. But you want everybody to show respect for you. Yeah, no, it's one thing. I mean, I'm telling you, when you're talking about dancing around the truth, I'm telling you, I have a hard time dancing around somebody's truth. I'm learning how to. I'm not there either because if someone hits me, baby, yeah, no, none of us. I don't think none of us was raised like that. It was like that's no. Especially when you grow up, with the notion that when your mama telling you if somebody hit you, you better hit them back. Yeah, that's a hard one That's a hard one right there. Yeah, no, I just I can't do that one. I just can't. Let me get myself out of this dark. Okay. All right, there. I'm back on. But yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know. There's a whole lot of situations that I've been put in. I've been put in a situation where like we were all sitting at the dinner table and we was having this and all of a sudden this big situation broke out at the table. And it's like one of the people got up and left the dining room table, but it was like 14 of us, standing around in there. And the one that was doing the yelling got up and left away from the table and we were all sitting there talking. And at some point, the person that had got up and walked out of the room, they had entered back in the room. But I was talking and I was saying something about the person that had walked out of the room. And up underneath the table, there was like 6 people kicking me under the table. And after a while, I just got really annoyed. And I was like, can you stop freaking kicking me under the table? And they was like, and everybody's head was like, such and such over there. And I just said it out loud. I say, and I know she over there. And I say, whatever I'm about to say, I'm going to say it behind her back and I'm going to say it to her as soon as I get up from this table and go to where she is. I'm like, I'm not hiding what I'm saying about her. And it's like, and I mean, just the number of kicks that was up under the table was just so annoying. I'm just like, stop kicking me. Like, I don't care if this person in the room, they did what they did and whatever I'm saying. You, all 14 of y'all was here to witness what just happened. And I'm speaking on a truth and y'all kicking me under the table to stop me from saying it because she in the room. Do she not know what she just did? So, you know, all the time, somebody want you to hide the truth and not say it. No one is doing what the Lord is requiring them to do in the church, which is why I would rather be home praising God. It's too much drama there. Woo! Yes, and this situation that I'm talking about, it turned out being a whole thing. The pastor calling me and going off on me, telling me I'm the reason why people don't like to come to church because I shouldn't be discussing church that stuff that happened in the church because it deter people from coming to church and everything. It's like when you growing up with your family and that's who you talk to about stuff. I can't help because my family there in the church and then they came and question about what was going on with me or no nothing. It's like I didn't lie. And I told them, them y'all rules or whatever, and ain't nobody finna beat me over the head with nothing that I'm telling the truth about. If it happened, it just happened. I apologize that y'all do things the way y'all do them here, but that's y'all business. And that's why I can't connect myself to I don't like to go to. Now, how we get it way over here on this subject? See, I'm way over here. You see what I'm saying? They already be saying you be all over the place. I sure do. This talk can turn into 500 other things, especially if somebody asks the right question. But oh Lord, I done got sidetracked. What I was gonna get ready to say just then. But anyways, I'm gonna drop the link again. I already done dropped it one time. I don't know if nobody else wanted to come up here and talk because I sit up here and talk to some folks now all day. Um, but I told you I'm trying to get to a place of where like I can sit up here and talk to myself on the screen because when I look at the screen, it's me. That's all I see. So I feel like I'll be talking to myself unless somebody write a comment or something here and can start a whole conversation. But yeah, I just during that time it was like yeah, you can't you can't go and tell people on the outside stuff that happened here in the church, because you deter them from wanting to come to church when you do stuff like that. And just like, you know, okay, um I ain't understand it, but then I have to go to, did you lie when you said it? So no, I didn't tell no lies. And Lord, if I'm wrong, please forgive me. Carry on. I can't stay there for no long period of time. If you're on when I get off, I'll join. I'm still working. Okay, no problem. And I'll be here plenty of other times. I'm just trying to get into it, but I'm telling you, I'm like a conversationalist type of person. Mostly I come on here and I do little shorts of like little things I'll be thinking throughout the day. Or I'm trying to get back into the groove of getting back into my garden. Which is a little bit hard trying to get into the garden, because me and the person that's going at it, their house is on one side of the garden, my house is on the other side. So it's like the garden is in between our two houses, and the other part of my garden is past their house. So it's like I'm trying to do what is best for me to keep me out of trouble right now at this point. And right now my garden is not mine. It is one of my favorite things, but right now as this time is me being around my kids is um my kids and my husband is the most important thing. So y'all pray for me that I get back to my gardening. Well, I'm definitely gonna get back to gardening. I would encourage anybody that is not doing any gardening right now is to try to start getting you some food growing. I don't care if it's you sticking you some sweet potato vines into the ground and letting the potatoes just grow wild all over your yard and stuff, so that you can have some kind of food or something that's growing. Because I don't know if y'all realizing that the stores are starting to be short again on certain things. Things are not what you think they is. Absolutely spiritual. Start with some greens. I don't know if y'all seen on here that I dug up one of my beds and restarted again. I did that bed with all collard greens again. I still have sweet potatoes. They right at the end of their season. They at the end of their season here. We just pulled up some the other day. I just took up finished taking up 6 pineapple. Grow something. Grow something. Anything you can have in your garden. Collard greens are very, very easy to grow. Very easy to grow. Stick you some in the ground. Have you some growing. I mean, I don't care if I got a tomato plant growing. I always have something growing, but I try to have several different things growing right now. Right now I feel like I don't even have that much planted, but I can name off a whole bunch of things and everybody will be like, "Girl, you got a whole bunch of stuff planted." Not compared to what I usually have. But I'm telling y'all, grow you some food. Like Spiritual said, start with some greens. And just for you to grow your own stuff makes you so proud that you grew your own stuff. I mean, my kids be so excited to go out there and pull up these vines, and they got their own potatoes that they grew on there. Go out there and pull up their own vines and pull up their own red potatoes. If you want to cut up an onion, you can go out there and pull one up out the ground your own self. If you need a bell pepper, you can go out there and pick your bell pepper from right off the plant and go ahead and cook that. You want to cook some greens, you can go out there in the yard and pick. You want some tomatoes, you can go out there and pull them off here. You want eggs, you can go out there in your chicken pen and get you some eggs in the morning time, for your all of that stuff. And if you think that you've tasted stuff from the grocery store, stuff from the grocery store don't taste nothing like the stuff that you have on the end that you grow at your own house, and the eggs that your chickens hatch out of your own chickens. I did the side-by-side taste of an egg from the store and an egg from out your garden. Two different things. You ain't never had the experience of fresh if you ain't never tried the difference between them. Pick a tomato from out your garden and get a tomato from out the grocery store. You will think this is some kind of foreign food or something. They don't taste the same, period. No comparison to each other. And it'll make you wonder, what are they doing to the food there versus what we eat here, because they taste so much different from each other when you raise them yourself. So grow your own food, because we don't know what's about to happen. And if you ain't learned how to work with your family, I suggest you probably get a couple of counselors or whatever and bring them in and start trying to work with them, because I just see in the future that we're going to need to learn how to work together with each other to have the things that we need. And my conversation for tonight is, you can't do a lot of that without being honest about what's already happening right in front of you, which is a hard thing for me to see. I hate to see people like dancing around the truth. I hate it. I hate it. That's one of my problems with I don't have any other situations with one of my kids, is that if I ask you something, you need to go somewhere or something, tell me where it is that you want to go. Don't wait till we get out there in the streets and then you telling me we got to go 500 other places when that ain't what you told me when it got. It's that make me bump heads with people. If I asked you where are we going, let me know where we got to go or whatever. Don't tell me one thing and then when we get out here, then you asking me 5,000 other things that we need to go. It's like, in order to work with other people, you have to be honest and be able to talk about the things that's going on right there in the place. Because other than that, I don't see it working. But I think we're gonna need to work together in a bigger capacity. Like I always say, I like to see I love to see the Mexican people in the store. I love it. I just absolutely love it. And I don't know how they do it. And yes, I can say how they do it, because our family done live together with a whole bunch of people inside the house and stuff together. But I love to see, like, the Spanish people, they can go to the store and it can be like 10 of them. They ain't getting up to the register and we all arguing about who gonna pay for this. They all pulling out money, like ready to chip in and pay for whatever it is. They got everything they need. They go into the house. They can have $1,300 rent, $2,700 rent, and it can be 15 of them in the house, and all 15 of them chipping in rent probably $50 per person. And I don't know, but they all making it and they all creating generational wealth. And meanwhile, we over here with each other, fighting and arguing and still trying to figure out how we gonna get to the generational wealth. So, honesty is gonna be one of our things. And if we can't be honest and have conversations with each other, I just don't see it. I don't see it working out. I don't know how it's gonna work out. I don't. Hey, Krista Smith. That's facts. I see it every day at work. Yeah, nobody don't want to be honest about it. I was having one of my kids is telling me that just we was talking about like manager positions and stuff like that. Um, I've been a manager before, but I've never been that kind of manager where I go and hide myself in the office and just sit in the office all day and watch everybody else do work and act like the paperwork is so stacked to the ceiling that you can't never come out and do no. I've always been the kind of manager because I've always worked from the bottom and worked myself up to the top. So I know what it's like to be to the bottom. So I, even if I become a manager or something, I still do the work. I ain't too good to do the same work that my employees and everything be doing. But one of my kids was talking about how they got a manager that like hide themselves in a room. Like they unapproachable. You can't talk to them. No none of that stuff like that. The Mexicans chipping chipping in part. Yes, they do it. I love to see them work together. They bring a smile on my face every time. And I'll just be like, sometimes I say, if people learn how to work together like that, do you know how much we can build each other up just being willing to work together like that with each other? Like ain't nobody in there arguing about you paid more than me. Nah, everybody in there trying to make it out like slap even. Like, nah, I got it, I got it, I got it. Everybody in there willing instead of sitting back watching to see who gonna take up they slack or whatever. Cause that's a lot of like what I see. Like when we go somewhere as a family, we always got certain people that stand back to see what everybody else gonna handle so they don't have to handle none of their stuff, or they don't make sure like they part of the bargain is taken care of when we get ready to go and do these certain things. And then nobody don't want to hear you tell the truth about whatever happening when people don't have their stuff together or whatever. So I don't know, I've been unliked for being honest, and I'm okay with that. I just ask myself all the time, did you tell a lie? And I think as long as I know I didn't lie, then I'm comfortable with moving right along. And we'll be okay. Mexicans will buy clothes for the relatives just starting in the workforce too. They sure will. And listen, there's a whole lot of stuff that I done saw with them. I mean, they really, really they are really inspiring to me. It's like I'm watching them how they move. I ain't never seen one of 'em where they starving. No, none of that. I especially love like when I'm in Walmart and I'm in line behind one of them, honey child. I love to see they can be up there. They can have 3, 4 baskets of stuff, and ain't nobody got no food stamp card, no nothing. Everybody up there with a whole lot of money. And you know what else? Something I know about them. Most of them over here, they working and they illegal like a mug. But guess what? They'll go somewhere and they will. This is what I know for facts. They will go and find somebody who will let them use their name to work under their name. That person can get their check, and if they can make $400 a week, they'll let the person whose name they allowed to use keep $100 of their $400, and they'll be glad to take the $300 because they already know they can go and take that $300 and turn it into $300,000 because they working together with somebody else. They don't complain about where they went and got this. They don't complain about where they starting from or no nothing. And I just look at them and I just be like, wow, that's so inspiring. If I could just get a couple of people that's willing to work together like that right there, we ain't trying to beat each other out. I ain't trying to have more than you. We all trying to help build each other up. Man, that's some beautiful stuff. I love to see that. On the flow with my team. I know that's right. On the flow with the team. I'm telling you, I done managed the Wendy's before at nighttime when it's time to get out of there, honey. I'm scrubbing grills. I clean out the fryers. I scrub floors. I do all of that. I'm not sitting up in no office. All I do when I shut it down is when I know there's enough time for me to go and do my paperwork. So when y'all finish in here, we all finish at the same time. I'll go, and that's when I'll leave my team on the floor. But no, when we working together, we all working together. Get out. I'll go and wash some dishes, whatever it is that I need to. I ain't too good to be able to go back and do that. So some people saying, no, I done made it this, and this. No, honey, we working together to get up out of this thing. Yeah, they live 10 to a house until they all make it. That's what I'm saying. And then you know what? Another thing that I know they do is they'll live in a house, all of them will live together, and they'll buy a house. They'll buy that one house together and move to the next house, and they give that one house to somebody else. And what do you think they doing? They creating generational wealth as they go along. And you turn around, they'll be done bought the whole block while you playing, while y'all over here asleep, pointing and poking fingers at other people because they falling down or whatever. Meanwhile, they rising up all around you buying everything because they over here working together while we over here fighting against each other. So, I don't know. Just let us borrow a little bit of that right there, where we all can get in and work it out together. But too big over here in our little community, we be over here trying to slap the one man down so we can step on his neck to get the next step up to the next one. And and I can't say all of them because I've seen ones. Me, I don't care if somebody higher than me, if I am, or whatever they moving along. I love to see people elevate. I absolutely love it. I love when they elevate, move to the next level. I'm not jealous about any of that. Period. I absolutely love it. Love seeing people elevate. Yes. And I ain't trying to pull them down. I'm trying to figure out, okay, is there anything? I don't necessarily need to do the same thing that they doing to get to where they got it. What is what inspired you to get there? How, what did you do to get there? And if it sounds like anything that close to what I'm doing, I'm willing to do the work to get there. I don't want to pull somebody else down to get to where they getting at. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I want to be standing side by side you, but I want to get it the right way. So, I don't know. But first thing first, we have to get to the truth. We have to be willing to talk about the truth. Hold on just 1 minute. Let me go and check on something, and I will be right back. I'm trying to give some people a little bit of time because some people saying they wasn't off work and they got some things that they want to talk about. Look at me muting my own self out. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and then I'm gonna be back. Give me like 5 or 10 minutes and I'll be back. I'm gonna play a little bit of music while I'm doing that. I think, if I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just talking and I'm still on mute. I'm apologize y'all for that small little intermission. I'm multitasking. I'm multitasking, y'all. I appreciate y'all for hanging right on in there. Hey y'all for what that wasn't in here before, but we was talking about truth, giving some honesty. Why you gotta beat around? Why you gotta dance around the truth when telling somebody the truth? Anybody else be having a hard time with giving somebody the truth, or do we not give them the truth because we scared of what their reaction gonna be if we give them the truth? I don't know. I hear people say sometimes that they don't care. They don't care what they do. They don't care what their kids do. That they ride or die for their kids. And when I hear people say that, uh, it make me feel some kind of funny or something. It makes me feel it make me feel funny to hear people say it. And I could say funny in two different ways. And I'll say the two different ways that it in one way it makes me feel funny because I don't share that same opinion. Um I've always told my kids as they was growing up that stuff that I know, if I know you lie to me about it, it's hard for me to defend you to other people because I know you will lie to me in those areas. And I'm never gonna make myself look like a fool in front of nobody. Not even for my kids. Even my kids know. If you ready to lie, don't include your mama in that. Go get somebody else to help you out with that. Now, do I want to throw them up under the bus? Absolutely not. But I ain't participating in no foolishness. I ain't doing it. Now, can I understand? Or do I have it confused? Is that like a loyalty or something? I ain't never been put in a position was where um and I'm not saying that like I wouldn't help them out in certain situations, because I have helped my kids in situations, but I've never I wouldn't be in those situations like I'm like just down for helping them break a law of anything. And I don't know if any parent absolutely means that when they say like they ride or die, but when I hear them be like they gonna ride or die for theirs on wrong, right, or indifferent, I'd be like, I don't know. Maybe we need some clarity brought to that like that, because how far are you willing to go the to lie for your kids? And I just don't know, because I ain't never been put in that situation before. Is where I'm yeah, just to even think about that. So is that another way of people ain't ready to be honest about stuff like that. Even I don't know. It's like I've been called weird before. I'm that kind of mama. People be like, they be ready for their kids to go to school. I'm the one that I be trying to shoot. I used to be on little certain days. I'd be like, y'all want to stay home from school today? Me and my kids will go and hang out somewhere. I'll spend a day out hanging with my kids or whatever. And people used to always say, "Girl, you are weird. Like you want to keep it." Child be people be like, "I be trying to send my kids to school every day that door is open." No, I be like every now and then I like to have a little sneak day, to just hang out with my kids or something, to do little stuff, take them out somewhere or whatever, but I don't know if I'm willing to be ride or die like that, with that other stuff. But yeah, yeah, I have a whole it's a whole bunch of stuff be going on around me and I'm just watching it all. I just need to black everything out. Hey Angela, how you doing tonight? Um I just asked a whole bunch of different questions. Good to see you tonight. Asking a whole bunch of questions. We was talking about truth. Uh you can't hear me? Let me turn it up some. Oh, I got it all the way up. What am I doing wrong? Cause I got it turned up. You still can't hear me? Okay, you say you can hear me now. I think that's what you're saying. But yeah, we were just here talking about dancing around the truth, people not wanting to hear the truth. Why can't you tell the people the truth? um do they not want to hear? Do what are the results of when you do tell them the truth? Do they have temper tantrums? Do they scream and act like none of that stuff didn't happen that you just saw and heard with your own ears? Or you know I don't know. I don't know. But for the past couple of days, I just it's been a lot of, you can see everything happen with your own eyes. You can hear it happen with your own ears. And if you repeat it back to the person, the very thing that you just saw and heard, it's almost like you unaliving them or something, because you repeating back the actions of what they had. Is that I don't want no accountability for what I did. I don't want you to tell me the truth, or you better not tell me the truth. I just don't know. But then it make the ones that's also telling the truth, um you gotta skip and hop around stuff that you just saw with your own eyes, but you gotta pretend like it didn't happen. Uh-uh. So I don't know. But like I said earlier, I'm a conversationalist. When I'm looking at this, I'm staying on here and trying to stay live a little bit longer, because um let me see, I'm like that now. I don't even let them stay the night somewhere. They be gone 10 minutes and I want them back with me. Yeah, I know a lot of people that try to get rid of their kids on every second of the day. I just ain't I have friends that they set up stuff and want to have little parties and stuff like that. And I always used to say, can kids come? And if they be like, no, it ain't for kids this time, I'd be like, then I'm gonna miss out on this time. So Then I had friends and stuff, and they was like willing to change their plans and stuff for me to be able to do that. But it's just like it's like me and my kids came as a package. Like wherever I went, then I had to go with them. And it wasn't that I was trying to ruin anybody else's fun. I'm not that one you invite me there and then I show up with 7 kids in tow behind me. No, I just wouldn't do that. So I always, right when I get the invite, I always say, are kids allowed to the invite or whatever? And I just respectfully let them know right then from the get go. Not that I'm trying to change anything, but sometimes people be like, well, we gonna go ahead and switch it up and we'll have the kids there, even if like we create something in another room for the kids or whatever like that right there. But you know, I'm people call me weird like this. Like, why your kids stay home from school today? Well, I wanted to, go and do something out with them today or whatever like that. And it was like, not me. Child, please, as long as that school open, they gonna be right there. Nah, I was the one when they get out of school, I'm waiting on them to come through the door and all of that. I don't know. And that don't even say they ain't never got on my nerve, because God knows they don't got on my nerves a whole bunch of times. But I like being around my kids. I do. I do. If that's called weird. um it's not that it I know that crazy, right? It's not weird to want to spend time with your babies. I know. It is not weird to me. It's just like I love it. I love doing stuff. I used to love doing stuff like I would cook dinner at home, and we would pack up everything and go to like a little place that has water and tables and stuff and sit around out there, and we'd take us some paper plates and stuff. Sometimes we took real plates and everything, set them right out on the little nice tables and stuff out there, and ate dinner right out there in those parks with my kids and stuff like that. It's like I always like doing stuff like that. It's like um now that I'm older and stuff, I like going places, but it's the driving that I ain't that crazy about right about now. I got distractions all around me. But I see it. You be outside and you just see a whole bunch of movement around. I'm nosy. You know, out here in the country, you don't see a whole bunch of movement, but when stuff be moving around you, you be paying attention to everything. But yeah, children. My thoughts all over the place, paying attention to everything else around me. Um yeah, now that I'm now that I'm older, and now when I'm saying something about a truth that happened, what I get now is a lot of people say, girl, you so crazy. And they be laughing while they saying it. If you ever get somebody around you that you start telling the story about something that happened to you, they be like, girl, you so crazy. But they ain't calling you like crazy, crazy. They saying it because they know like you telling the truth about what you talking about. And they done heard that before. So they're just like, I'll say, yeah, that's what they all say when you start to tell the truth about everything. They all call you crazy. Girl, you so crazy. And tap you on the shoulder and everything. Yeah, I'm crazy because I'm telling the truth. So And y'all, like I said, I have the gift of gab, but when I ain't got nobody talking back to me, this is like one of the hardest things that I did, to be able to keep on talking to this screen, and the only thing that I see is my own self. I don't know how to turn the camera off so that I don't see myself, but I keep going on and on. So I'm good like telling stories, but like if I don't have nobody to ask no questions, it's like easy for me. It's not that easy for me. I'm a communicator. I like having somebody to like talk back to and ask questions, even aggravating questions. People aggravate the heck out of me sometimes with the questions that they ask, but still I'll be behind the scenes like laughing or whatever. It's one of my videos got so many questions on that thing. I can't even keep up with all of them. One of my videos got like 7,000 comments on it. And I'm just like, I cannot answer all these things, these questions right here. It's like that's like having a whole live in just the comment section. So, I'm on here trying to learn, trying to be more comfortable with like sitting in front of the camera. I absolutely love having conversations and talking on the phone with people and just like talking through things. I ask them questions, them asking me questions, so that we can understand each other, because we both can be right at the same time and we still speaking in different areas, if you understand what I'm saying. But when you put it into context, then we start to understand, instead of these comments and stuff, like we talking back and forth to each other but not really understanding what each other's saying. Some people don't fully understand what I'm saying. It's hard for me to explain to them in the comments about what they saying, but they commented on one thing and don't understand that I'm on here telling bits and pieces of my story, and then they see one part of it and be like, this is impossible, girl. You got to go all the way back to that other end of the story, way down there, so you can find out what's happening over here, because I know this part right here don't make sense to you if you ain't got that over there. But me, that's me babbling on again. Keep on going, keep on going. But back to, am I all over the place? Yes, I am absolutely all over the place. I say that over and over again. I ain't worried about nobody telling me that I'm all over the place. I see it in my comments all the time. I absolutely am all over the place. I don't know nobody. Something can happen one day. You can wake up and something else different happen every day. I wake up and turn the news on every day and I see something new happening everywhere that I go. And that's one of the main things that I don't even like to watch the news, because there's a lot of things that's going on that I can't do, or I don't have any control over it happening. And those kind of things bother me when I can't help somebody work through a situation, or a situation is not my control. Like, say for instance, like those the earthquakes and all of that different stuff happening, that kind of stuff, like the war happening or whatever. All of those things like that is things like that bother me, and I can't do anything to prevent it from happening, and I can't really do anything to stop it from happening besides praying about it. So I'm just, not that I don't know about it, I just don't choose to talk about it, because I just feel like I can't, it's out of my control. I can't do it. Hell, I have a hard time keeping control of the stuff that's happening in my life. So and in that aspect, I just choose not to overwhelm myself with all those types of things. But everyday life situations that people be going through, that I've been through those situations, or currently trying to work through those situations, I'm all for having those kind of conversations, and trying to work those type of things out. But that's me. But yeah, other than that, me talking about people dancing around the truth and everything. I didn't have much of anything else to say to, and again, and I'm gonna say thank you to you all for helping me to be able to come on here and just be able to sit here and just talk through, even through the little quiet times when I don't know what to say, but just being comfortable with just sitting here and just letting whatever happen, whatever conversation come up. I have to get more in tune with coming on here and just, oh, I don't have anything to talk about. Just come on here and just sit here, and something may come up or whatever. I don't know. I'm working through it. I'm going through the process of what are we doing here. I'm good. I can make shorts and all of that stuff and just come on here and drop a couple of things. But I like to talk to people. I really do. Would gardening with headphones help get you through the other parts of the garden, or you just want to stay as far away from her as possible? Spiritual. When I'm out in the garden, I've always been out in the garden with my headphones on. I usually don't hear a thing out here in the yard when I'm out here, because I do everything with my headphones on. The problem is that my garden bed that you see me post on here recently, the one that I showed you all that I had took it apart and I redid it and everything. I'm right like at the very end of it. I have it built all the way up, and now the only thing I need to do is put my soil in it. And I had started planting a little bit of things in it. But that garden is right there in between their house and my house. And if you saw what happened in court when we went to court the other day, which I know you didn't, and the only thing I can do is like talk you all through it. Um I'm doing what's best for me, and right now I feel like for me and her to come face to face at this time would not be a good thing. And I'm not banking off of what I know about somebody else. I'm banking off of what I know about me. So until I know that I'm in a better place, then I'd rather not go there. If that makes sense to you. I'd rather not go there. I'd rather not take the chance of like running into it, because I know that there's some parts of me that's like, even on some day, and I'm speaking to you from right now, tomorrow could be something totally different. Because tomorrow an energy could come up in me that is like, I can feel like I've already gave up enough. Let me just go ahead. I'm gonna go out here and do whatever I want to do, and whatever happen is gonna happen. But I'm trying not to be in that place. So I hope I make sense with explaining why I'm. It ain't that I'm completely out of the garden. I'm out of that part of the garden where you saw me um rebuilding my things at. But like I have I got peach trees, apple trees, and of course I got another bloom coming out of my banana tree. So now I'm going to have three huge bunches of bananas growing on my banana tree. So like, I got other things, and yes, I have to be in that part of the yard because I also have chickens. I have chickens in that part of the yard and everything. So, I'm just working through the process, little bit by little bit, and trying to do what I can and to keep my peace and be able to stay out here on this side of the world with my kids and my husband. So at this point, I'm doing, you know, what's best to keep me out of trouble. That's what I'll say. But I would love to get back to my gardening. I really would. So it's some other parts, like the part that I showed you all the other day, what was all messed up and like we cleaning it up. So I'm taking, since I can't really get to that part of the garden, then I'm taking down my other bins where I just had like a whole bunch of onions and stuff like that planted there. So I had rings. I got rings on that side. So I'm taking the rings apart instead of them being just one level of the ring. I'm gonna stack the rings on top of each other because a sister back is bad. My back give me a lot of problems. So I'm trying to make all of my bins up higher, so like they like waist level. So I don't have to do all of the bending that I've been doing before. So um you know, I'm just moving around to a different area and trying to keep myself, moving and doing something. Um, yeah. So, in that aspect, yes, spiritual, I'm trying to stay as far as away from her as I can at this moment. And you said it makes sense. You know. Yeah. So, I just this is a different place for me. I didn't think that this is what I would be on here even talking to anybody about it in this situation. And I'm even sorry that they keep on coming up, but this is just where I am. This the season I am in my life. It's something that happened for real, and that's all I this channel is called Life with Tashana. So whatever going on with Tashana is I guess is what you gonna get. The other day, the last live that I did when I got ready to walk out the door, my when I was getting ready to walk out the door, my husband say, don't talk about me when you go out there and get on live. I looked at him and I told him, I said, okay, then I'll wait till tomorrow. I told him I'll wait till tomorrow to talk about you. The banana tree looked beautiful in that last short you did, and my back is killing me right now. I That's another thing. Everybody talking about their back, and everybody talking about their back, talking about they done got the epidural. They done had an epidural in their back before. Ooh, I be screaming at people. No, don't get that if you don't got to. Don't get it in your back. I know I jacked up, banana. What you mean? You jacked it up? Nah, you ain't jacked it up. Well, yeah, we've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. I don't even feel like I've been on here that long or whatever. But I don't know. I gotta get me some kind of idea or something like to set up a phone number or something like that or something so that I can come on here and like literally have conversations. Don't talk about. Yeah, that's what you gonna say. Don't talk about me. Don't talk about me when you get on live. I was like, okay, then I'll wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna talk about you tomorrow. Hmm. Don't talk about me. Oh my goodness. Then somebody asked me, do I ever be happy? I said, I'm sorry that's where I came to. I laugh and talk to people. But for most days, I don't even like to no, you didn't misspell it. Um Happiness. I don't really talking about happiness because there's a lot of things that can make you happy. But in my opinion, ain't nothing like peace. I think peace is better than happiness. I don't know. That can be a discussion. I get more excited about peace than I do about being happy. If you got peace, then I think you have happiness. Am I wrong? If I have peace, is that happiness? Happiness and peace. I think they go hand in hand. Sound about right to me. I don't know. No, you spell banana right, child. You spelled it right. But I don't know. I think I did good tonight. I stayed on for an hour and 30 minutes. Um and hit a couple of things. And one day I'm gonna figure out what the sole purpose is and how I'm supposed to talk to people and how I'm gonna agree peace and happiness. Yeah, that's what I think. I think if you have peace, that's a part of being that's a part of being happy. I walk around here in peace and spiritual. I don't know how you called it, but that is totally me. My son bought me a pair of Beats. And when I tell you, when he bought them for my birthday, it was one of the best gifts he could have ever bought for me. Because I use those Beats every single day. Every day. I use them. Put them on my ear to listen. If somebody call me on the telephone to talk to me, I got those. I can answer my phone with them. To listen to my music, which I love to do pretty much every single day. I love music, but excuse me, that is a part of my everyday peace and happiness is to put on my headphones and just walk around my yard and just I don't hardly ever have company over. It's just me and my kids out here in our neighborhood. I mean, we don't hardly ever see our neighbors and everything. You might hear them throughout the day or whatever, but I'm just very peaceful being here by myself. I told you everything that I do, I show up in peace. I come with peace. I come in peace. I love peace. And me having peace is that's my happiness. My peace is my happiness. Somebody we know successfully got rid of one of their kids. Somebody we know successfully got rid of one of their kids. Mm. Well, I don't know what that means. I know a lot of somebodies who successfully got rid of their kids. So, um, because my husband bought me a pair and I use them just like you daily in the house and in the garden. Spiritual, I guess that's why we connect so well. Cause I'm telling you, that is me. I walk around I have my headphones on. As a matter of fact, sometimes when I get ready to go get in the shower, I've gotten in the shower with them still wrapped around my neck a couple of times. I was like, oh, let me take these things off my neck and hung them right across the shower bar or whatever. Because they round my neck and when I'm getting ready to get in the shower or something. I'm telling you, they are, and I always say to my son, Lord, I need me a second pair of these because if they go out, I don't know what I'm gonna do without them. So I absolutely love that's definitely me spiritual. Um Put my headphones on and my husband be saying, you better pay attention out here. You got them headphones on. Yep. I be in my own little world. And to one of my neighbors across the street. One day I was out opening up the gate getting ready to leave and he's like, who be over there with all that singing? And I had them headphones on. I'll be out here singing just as loud as I don't know what. Like I'm the only one living this area. Yeah, and I know I be saying like I don't even be caring. My neighbors next door, then the neighbors next door told me I can come over there and do Christmas carols for them. That's my worst thing to sing is some Christmas carols. I can't stand it. But that's my sister favorite thing. Me too, always attached to me. I mean, I love spiritual. You say you love listening to music. I think that's what you said earlier. But that's my thing. I love my headphones. The one person who always saying, I just need somebody to get my kids while I go do this and that. Oof. Somebody always need one, and then the next they need you to always get their kids, and then next month they'll have another one, and nobody don't want to help them do X, Y, and Z. No, no, no. I put a stop to that really, really quick. I done collected kids my whole entire life. People feel very comfortable when they come around, and then they successfully drop their kids off and keep on moving. I've had it happen to me in so many different ways. I know you love your Christmas music, child. I done had it happen to me in so many ways to now, like, I'm hip to it. I don't let nobody can come along and do it. I mean, people just come and they come and visit, and they come and drop their kids off, and all they do is come and drop their kids off, and they go on down the road. No, no, no. This is not your personal daycare over here. And that's one of the things people didn't want to hear me speak the truth on about something like that. But no, you can't come, and then the first thing that they want to do is something happen to one of their kids when they done dropped them off on you without you volunteering and saying you're gonna watch them. They just dropped them off on you. Something happened to them, then it's all your fault that something happened to them. Nope. I done had that happen to me before too. They'll make everything your fault, and then when you give it back to them, you make them accountable for their own kids. It's hard for them to accept it. I done took on everybody's everything and been everybody's scapegoat for all of the stuff that they done did, wanted to do, and still doing. Time out. I can't do it anymore. Yep. And then on top of it too, when you do it, and sometimes it need to be done, but it just helps separate the kids and the parents from each other more, and which is a sad thing all in its own. I done seen it happen too many times. I know what it's like. I seen what it's like. I can hear what it's like way too many times. So, um, I'm just, I think I'm even. I guess I'm just meant for the car. I feel like I'm so much more relaxed just sitting in the car. I don't know. The car is like my safety zone. Wherever I go, when I just want to have some privacy to get away from the kids, get away from the husband, whatever. I got uh, a whole house that I can go in and be in there all by myself. Which I go in there and I be in there by myself sometimes. A whole nother building here. There's other places like I can go, but some kind of way it's like I like coming out and sitting in my car. It's actually what I do when I talk on the phone and everything. I come and sit out in the car. We get a random car or whatever ride by. Of course, it's the neighbors or whatever. I just like to just sit here and look out the window and not be bit by no bugs or none of that stuff. And, just kind of like, just look out here and enjoy the night air, and just hear the bugs make noise and all of that there kind of stuff. I'm a really peaceful, quiet person. Really peaceful. The cars has always been your comfort place. Yeah, I go to the car for everything. I go sit in the car if I need to cry. I go and sit in the car if I need to scream. I go and get in the car. It's like something's going on and I just need to get away from that. I'll go and get in my car and I'll drive away and go and park somewhere and just sit there and sit there. And sometimes I can fall asleep just sitting there. But the car is why the car is my place, I don't know. But I like I like coming to the car more than I do like going to like this going to in the studio or going in one of the sheds here or something like that. There's several places that I can go into here, but I like the car. We over here with car gardening in the car. How we doing that? How you do that? How you garden in the car? Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Who all's planning on going broke for the holidays? Go ahead and tell the truth about it. We on here talk since we talking about the truth. Who finna get ready to go broke for these holidays? I've been stopped doing that for a long time. I've done it before, but yeah, I haven't done that in forever and a day. I hope I hope everybody that's here that you think twice before doing that, because there's a lot more important things than making sure people have things. Um especially if you already struggling. I mean, there's enough struggles already in this world. And just be focused more on having peace than it is than having to buy a bunch of stuff for people. I love sitting in my car. That's me all day, every day. I love the peace my car gives. Yes, the car offers the best naps. Yes. Sometimes we be riding down the road and my kids be like, "Mom, why you don't got the radio on?" I say, I just want to ride in peace. I don't want no noise. I just want to ride in the silence. And of course, as soon as I say I want to ride in silence, I got two daughters that don't mind arguing with each other all the way up and down the road. And then you have to do one of them numbers of y'all don't shut up, quiet. So it's like you got to pick your battles. You want to ride in silence or turn on some music so they just sing to the music and don't argue while we riding down the road. But yeah, I love. Hey Justin, how you doing tonight? Yep, I went to go and sing last night, and I had done missed out on everything. They had a few singing things, and I got a whole bunch of invites to come and sing and stuff. And by the time I got that, by the time I seen the messages and everything, it was already at the end of all the It was at the end of all the singing thing. So I was like, oh man, I missed it. But the last part that I came in, I really enjoyed it. You know, they be over there singing up a storm over there. um you am what? I say what y'all who go oh you saying you going broke you saying you going broke for the Christmas holidays. All right then, don't be calling me talking about something they done turned your lights off and stuff. Behind no Christmas. That's good, you doing good. Yeah, no, we setting up budgets right now. It's like what's gonna be the cap to this right here? Because we don't usually do a whole bunch of we skip some Christmases. Like We done did Christmas before where we only did everybody just got a whole bunch of underclothes and stuff. There was the stock up time for underclothes, socks, and bras and panties and all of that kind of stuff. But it was just like, what are we going to spend all this money on all of this stuff? And they absolutely don't need it, you know. Mm-mm. Yeah, we don't do all of that just going to buy a whole bunch of stuff just because it's Christmas. Nah, we don't do that. I do enjoy going out and watching everybody, the hustle and bustle of Christmas. I just don't like to do the driving. I actually used to like to go and do people shopping for them. I absolutely used to love it. Going in and out of a store like 30 and 40 times in one day, going to do other people's Christmas shopping and stuff for them. Man, please, that was like retail therapy, uh, spending other people money. They go shopping and then you get to find all the deals while you out shopping for everybody else's stuff or whatever. But I have fun. I have fun doing that. But the worst thing is, you can't find nowhere to park or no nothing. But I love like the busyness of the holidays of everybody being around and everything. Oh, them gonna be paid. Oh, your light bill, your lights and your water gonna be paid. Okay then. That's what I said. I say, who willing to go in debt for this Christmas holidays where you ain't gonna pay your bills, trying to buy some gifts and stuff. Sometimes you do what you have to do. Um, you sometimes you do, but them one of them things right there that you don't. I ain't willing to do that no more. Not for nobody to have no Christmas. And I actually tell my kids you can have Christmas every day if you do the things that you're supposed to do. It don't have to be set aside for one day. I can shower you with gifts all throughout the year. Instead of waiting for one day. I have my kids are very thankful because some years we don't do Christmas at all. I mean, one year we did Christmas and we didn't do gifts. We bought a bunch of food and stuff, and then we had people that was less fortunate come over and do dinner that they were like homeless and everything, and then usually people have them over and you fix some plates and everything. No, you come in, wash your hands and everything, and come on, fix your own food and take your plate to go with you. Fix your own stuff. Fix what you want. I taught my kids those kinds of things so that Christmas ain't all about you buying some gifts for somebody. Um, you know, yeah. So we do different things every year, so they know. So when you are a child, it's easy, but when you get older, it's really about the value and the dollar. Does it still goes a long way? And frankly, Christmas is every day. Okay, every day. Yeah, I just and then this stuff that they be making in the store, the stuff don't be lasting a long time. And then sit back and watch it when after your kids be done open up all that stuff. Half of it they be standing on top of it like it's some kind of step ladder to get them to the next step. Like, I don't know. They don't be caring about the stuff they'll stand on and they be breaking in half or it be broke before the day over with and everything. These kids don't be all into that stuff you we done went out there and spent all of your money on. So in my time, I try to get stuff, a couple things that my kids want, a lot of things that they need, but for the most part, mm-mm, won't be doing it like that. I'm not gonna let the bills fall to do Christmas. I know that's right. I do what I can, and my one child is happy with whatever. So I do it for me because I love the holidays. Yeah. I love being out and just watching people enjoy you know, being out in the hustle and bustle of everything. If I could just get somebody to drive me around one day, I'm gonna pay one day. I don't want no chauffeur because that don't even sound right. I just want somebody that be happy to drive around and I can just sit on the passenger side and just look at people just move all over the place, you know, happy to be out shopping, spending their money. One of these days, I'm going to do that. I think my next thing to do, I'm thinking about taking me a train ride. I ain't never rode the train before. It took me forever to take a flight. I think my next thing I'm gonna plan. Sister, you wanna ride the train with me? You done rode the train before. You no fair. Anyways, my next thing is I'm gonna plan to take me a train ride. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it the best way. I gotta have me a room and everything on there. So if I want to lay down and go to sleep and miss half of the train ride, then I can do that too. But that's gonna be my next thing. I'm gonna take me a train ride. We done did the road trip. Or maybe a cruise. I don't know. I've been saying I'm gonna go on a cruise forever and a day. I'm gonna do one of them one of these days. All right, y'all. In about 6 minutes, I will have been on here for 2 hours. 2 hours. Thank y'all for sticking it out with me and making me feel more comfortable about coming on here and talking, because I told y'all I feel like I'm talking to myself on this screen. It's very easy for me to record a quick video and put it on there and then go ahead and jump off of here and leave alone. I absolutely I love that too, Justin. If we could get together and just be like in a house and have a whole bunch of laughs and fun and sitting around talking and eating and stuff like that. As in my family, I'm the one that be screaming all the time. Let's just do simple. Let's do something simple. Let's do something simple. That's me. I love sitting around, enjoying talking things out, working things out, and making more memories with your family and stuff. I actually enjoy that more. It's like me, I like to have everything out the way. I cook all the food, everything for whenever we having to get together. I cook everything just so when we come together, we ain't got to sit around and be doing no whole bunch of cooking and stuff. We can just enjoy each other, the conversation, the memories. Even sometimes in our situation, things get heightened. It get hype. People going off, cussing each other out and everything. But the thing that I love about it is before we leave, we can have a conversation and we can work it out. We don't got to leave there. We angry and still ready to fight each other after it's over with. It's like, no, we can literally sit down and talk it through, make it make sense, and pray for each other and end it in love. I love it. No lie, me and brother Dan was talking about that. I said I was gonna send for you on. You lying, girl. I listen. For the past 3 days, I've been thinking about, because my daughter asked me, do I want to come? Do I want to come where she is? But I know she thinking about a flight. She want me to fly where she is. I don't float. I don't. What you say? How I say it? I don't know. Okay, I done got on the airplane. That's what I say. I done got on the airplane. I'm well with it. I'm gonna say I done took 5 flights before, cause I got to get on the plane, land, get on another plane, and go land back again. I done got in the air 5 times now. I ain't that excited about flying. Once you get in the taking off and the landing, if we ain't have to do neither one of those, I'm gonna be just fine with flying. I don't like that stomach feeling thing, so I ain't that excited about flying nowhere. So I already done tried that 5 times. I'm good with it. I want to take me a cruise and I want to try the train. Then I'm good. Me myself, I personally like taking road trips. We had the funnest time. We did a road trip. It was 40 of us. and we did a road trip together. It took us forever and a day to get to where we was going, but that ain't nothing like a road trip. I would like to do the road trip where we do get together and we all like instead of in different cars that we all on one bus together. That would be the next level right there. Is That's the next thing I want to do. And that option, I think that option was like $14,000 to do the bus, but in versus us going with the $14,000, we opted to do the I think what was $9,000. We ended up paying to do just the road trip and rent cars and stuff and drive ourselves. So we saved us a couple $1,000 by doing it ourselves. Um, you sound like my twin minus the cooking. Yeah, minus the cooking. Yeah, I love I wouldn't mind doing all the cooking like the days prior to everybody getting here so that like we ain't gotta worry about the cooking, no none of that. We just warm up the stuff, and or keep it in the oven, whatever. But I love simple and us being able to spend time together instead of hustling out to do. I love to do the fun things and stuff together, but sometimes we spend a whole lot of time doing a whole bunch of everything instead of getting to know each other as really a family and talk about some of the things that we've been going through. Yeah, that's what the holiday is about. I'm serious. I say flew twice. Yes, I'm with you on that about the cruise. Yeah, I haven't been on a cruise yet, but these past 3 days I've been thinking about taking a train. So I actually text my daughter back and I said, is riding the train an option? Is riding the train an option? But I know she trying to talk about a flight. And me myself, I have never been on a flight where um it was just me alone. I've never flew alone. I don't think I want to do that. It ain't like I need nobody to hold my hand or no nothing like that. But I'm just saying, I ain't never went nowhere and got on a plane and then like I ain't got one of my kids, a cousin, a sister. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody got to be there with me, dang it. So I ain't finna fly by myself. And honestly, I don't want to fly. I don't want to fly by myself. I'd rather drive 16 hours than take a 2-hour flight. That part. So, but I do want to, I want to experience riding on a train. I've put somebody on a train before to go somewhere or whatever, but I've never personally gotten on a train and rode the train myself. Now I've rode they have, what the new train that they have here, over here in Orlando. You can go to, I don't know. It's real fast, but you can take it and you can go to Tampa on it if you want to real quick. Hey VS, thank you. Happy birthday to you, girl. Happy birthday. Yesterday was, well, VS birthday was on the 1st, but she celebrated her birthday yesterday. I hope everything turned out amazing, just like you wanted it to. Thank you though. Um, yes, I'm with you about the cruise. Yeah, we gonna go on that cruise. One time my daughter shocked me the other day and said she went on a cruise. We had planned a cruise to go to Jamaica and then COVID hit, so we had to put that cruise on the back burner. Then she gonna tell me the other day that she went on a cruise. She went on a cruise about a month ago. And I said, "Oh Lord, you went on a cruise, but it was another cruise that was here on that some people over in another sector on here had went on, and she happened to be on that cruise with them, and I didn't even know that she was there. But I was like, Lord, you couldn't have picked a better time to go on and go on a cruise. She was like, what? I don't know about this stuff on this internet. All right, thank you for being here. Say you did once. I was just very scary but exhilarating. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't too crazy about taking no flight again, but I do want to travel like in different ways. My aunt and them want me to come over um to Holland. Lord have mercy. I can't even how long is the flight to go to Holland from Florida? I bet that flight is forever in a day. I can't imagine. And if I do, I probably need to leave like around 8 o'clock at night from over here. And what I'll get there the next day or something like that, I don't even know. But yeah, that's a long flight to take. Ooh, and I done been up there in the sky and it hit turbulence. Oh my God, you talking about ooh, make your stomach hurt so bad? Mm-mm. Yeah. Flying flying is not my thing. I don't think no travel more safe than the other. And I think they all equally as dangerous. I mean, anything can happen to you on a plane, train, or in the car. It don't matter where you at. So they all of them. I take my prayers with me whichever way I go there. But I prefer to be on the ground than to be up um in the sky. And that's just real. But y'all, I done did 2 hours talking, talking. I'm getting there. I'm getting more comfortable. I just got to learn how to hit this button more than one time out the week. And you know, I'll get there. I got to get me some kind of a phone line or something, or to talk to somebody because I ain't for. I don't know if this me right here to just sit on here and I call it talking to myself. Um, I'm a conversationalist. Hey, Charlie. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. And but I'm trying to get used to coming on here, right when I think I'm in the right place of like what I'm gonna be doing or whatever. Uh Something else come and punch me in the side, and then I have to lean a little bit over there to that side. So I don't never be where I'm going. But and people say you be all over the place. I ain't gonna lie about it. I do. I be all over the place. That's just how my life is rolling right now. So um roll with me or get rolled over. I don't know. I don't want to run you over, but you know, life is happening over here. So, I just don't know where I'm gonna be one day from the other. And I think if we have each other to talk to and work through the situations, we'll work them out. But I can now start to hit links, LOL, and I love how you conduct your shows. Well, yes, you can come over here and hit my link, Charlie. We can sit here and talk. I just was saying and I can do the same over there to you. Come over there and sit on a panel with you and talk to you too. Just as sure. um, but I'm more of a communicator. I love to have conversations with people. But I also too want to be comfortable with being able to sit here and just talk through things, or talk about things. Just being here because sometimes I just have something to say. I just usually when I have something to say, I'm doing like a 12-minute something where I come on here and talk and say what I'm gonna say, and then I jump down and I'm out of here. I'm good with that right there. But other than that, it's like I really like to. I'm a communicator. I like to talk to people. And that includes sometimes it can be a very high extreme conversation, and sometimes it can be a very low um and quiet conversation. And I love to leave the conversation where we have come to a resolution. I don't like conversations where it's just open ended and we just I like to have purposeful communication, if that makes sense to everybody. I get what you mean. It's getting used to being out of your comfort. Yes, Charlie, you absolutely understand. Like I can talk to people behind the scenes all day and it can just flow and flow and flow and flow. This is not my comfort zone. Is like you see me, I can't see you all. I don't know who you all are. I'm introducing myself to the world. Um but that's absolutely what I'm doing. I'm getting into my comfort zone and getting into the flow of it. And I think I come on here in the beginning and I think I have to have something to say for every second of it. And no, sometimes it's just the quiet. This is my first time today where I was like, okay, let me go in there because I'm I'm multitasking at the same time because um all day long, whether people know it or not. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a caretaker. I have a lot going on. So anything can happen while I be on this thing. So um and yes, y'all, I'm back in my car again. I just finished telling everybody that I feel like this is like my comfort zone. I feel like I'm in like I got plenty of places that I can choose from and be in to do a live. But my car, I love being in my car. um, thank you, Charlie. Thank you very much. But yeah, like you said, Charlie, like yes, you can hit the panel and as let me drop the my link one more time because ain't nobody else wanting to come up and out. Like I said, ain't everybody ain't got to be comfortable with everybody don't have to be comfortable with being able to come up, but I always want to give people a chance to come up and hit the link and conversate, but I ain't dropped it in a little minute. But other than that, if nobody don't want to come up, then I'm gonna end the live and I'm gonna try to come back on here. Um, I don't know. I need to try to come back on here tomorrow because every time I come on here and I come on here one time and then I stay away for like 2 or 3 days, honey, I'll be right back in the same old place again. In the same old place again, not wanting to come on again. Hey Charlie, how you doing?
Hey, Miss Tashiana. Do
Good
I
to
have
have.
an echo?
No, you don't got no echo.
Okay, good, good. I was just making sure I got a new microphone, new headphones, everything. I try to make sure my shit work.
Yeah, you sound good. You sound good.
I got me a beef sector mic. What you time, man?
Yeah, over there you gotta have a you gotta hey, you better have your microphone ready.
Oh yeah. If you don't, woo, you can't
Yeah.
say a word in edgewise.
Right. Yeah, the night I just came on and I was just because I done got so many phone calls this week about people don't wanna say like you sitting there and you see a situation happen. And then when you get ready to go and confront the situation, somebody's saying to you, well, don't do this when you go and say something. Say it like this or say it like that. Why you gotta dance around it like that when you seen it with your own eyes or whatever? Why can't you just go and be like honest and be like, no, I saw what you doing and what you did was pretty messed up. They don't want to hear the truth. It's like I don't know if it's because the person you gonna say it to, like they gonna have a temper tantrum or something like that because you telling them the truth or whatever.
With my granny, I used to have to do it like with kid gloves because everybody else she'd fuss with, she'd fight with, she had onset dementia and she would see things that wasn't there, like because she had schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only one that could tell her it was not real and she wouldn't fight. Everybody else she'd fight.
Mm-hmm.
But I did it in such a way that I was like, now, Granny, you know there wasn't no 20 Mexicans crossing my lake like the Rio Grande. You know that didn't happen. They wasn't nobody in my backyard. And she go, you right, baby. And then she said she saw one time she saw my son playing in her front yard. I said, now, Granny, you didn't see me out there? She goes, no. I said, now, since when would I let my son be out in the yard by itself?
Yeah.
And she'd be like, That's right. You're right. I was like, he wasn't out there, Granny.
But yeah, and I can see when it come to a situation like that, because like you governor, you know, you want to be mindful of those situations. When I'm talking about people that be in they
Just tell
absolute
it.
in they right absolute mind, and know you telling them something that's for their good, but they don't want to hear you say it because they want to continue on doing what they
Mm-hmm.
doing.
Oh, that's like my sister. She the
Yeah.
first one in the world about that. You try to tell her the truth. I don't want to live in my past no more. Quit bringing up my past. You still
But you
doing it,
still
girl.
living you still doing all the stuff, but don't want to live in your past.
I'm like, you still doing it, girl. Like,
Yes. And
that,
that's what I'm talking about. Those kind of people. It's like they don't want you to tell them what they're doing, but they still showing you all the same stuff that they've been doing, but don't want you to say anything.
yeah, they act like they're innocent and they ain't did nothing. I'm like, but you still doing it.
And who they looking for to help them out as soon as something go wrong.
I got my hand raised like you can see me.
Mm, okay, but I already know what you was gonna answer because that's how it rolled. That's how it rolled over here. I'm trying to tell you how not to get in these situations, but you still run over there and get in these same situations, and then you come back and tell me about it after you in the situation that I just finished telling you not to get into.
My sister's done it so many times that now I've had to block her and just cut her off completely. It was the only way to do it for my peace of mind.
What that's why I made that's why one of the reasons why I made that short that I made what I say do it till you're satisfied. That's my favorite song to sing to people who call me and ask me certain things. Especially when they keep calling me and they telling me about the same thing over and over again. I start singing to them, do it, do it, do it till you're satisfied, whatever it is. Because when you satisfied with doing what you're doing, you'll switch it up and do something different.
My favorite song to sing to him is God's trying to tell you something.
Not the color purple on them.
Yeah, I gotta pull out the color purple on them, baby. Because I 20 years, I went through the same shit with my sister over and over and over. It was run off with this man, come back like nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
Run off with that man, act like nothing happened. Over and to the point where I was like, I ain't dealing with this no more. I love you, but go do you. I done got you off drugs 3 or 4 times, got your life straightened out for you, and you just keep going right back to it. You stay over there.
Right.
Can't do it no
Yeah.
more.
Somewhere you got to draw the line for them. Because if you don't, you'll be in that same cycle over and over again. Absolutely will.
Once enough is enough. Sometimes people need to know that. They need to realize if you're in the same cycle over and over, ain't you tired? You know what I'm saying? Ain't you tired, Miss Hilly? Ain't you tired? Yes, I did pull out another movie
Mhm.
reference.
And that's just it. And what you did was explain just what I'm talking about. You did until you satisfied. You done with it, right?
Oh, I'm done, done,
Yeah,
done. Told.
I'm done doing it. So you did it until you satisfied, and whatever it was, you did it, and I'm through with it. You going to do it how you gonna do it, but I ain't doing it no more. Yes. I
I
love
did.
you too, Lamar. You know I'll be ready to call you by your nickname. Every time I see your name, your name start with a P. Every time I see that L, I'm talking to somebody in the chat, Charlie. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good?
But
Shoot.
yes, folk support systems do get fed up. And that's where I get that from. It's just like everything everything that I do is like people call me and like talk to me about these things, and a lot of it is repeat stuff. I've heard them talk about it before. And after a while, it's just be like, well, how long are you willing to stay and keep doing the same thing? Because you're going through the same cycle over and over again. And as soon as you realize that you the one on the merry-go-round and you jump off, then you get the merry-go-round stop spinning. You the
Did
one.
they learn the first time, the second time, the third time, the
Yeah,
fourth time? Don't
right.
you see it as a pattern?
So after a while, I get this and I be like, okay, then I'm gonna leave. You gonna be on this merry-go-round by your own self. I'm done. So, mm-mm. So after I done seen that enough, all this week, mm-mm. Everybody dancing around the truth and everything. And I'm like, why do you need to sugarcoat what the truth is? This person clearly knows what they doing. They want to prevent you from repeating to them what the truth is. No, go ahead and say it to him and leave him right there. And sometimes you ain't gonna see the evidence of the truth that you're saying to him, but somebody got to plant the mustard seed so it can start growing.
If somebody
So,
don't tell them the truth and they keep babying them and babying them, how they gonna learn?
right, right. And that's why I say drop the seeds, go ahead and remind them and move right along. Sometimes they gonna get mad at you. Sometimes they gonna scream at you. Sometimes they gonna want to fight. It still don't change that it's the truth.
Nope, the truth don't change. It
Yeah,
is what
the
it
truth
is.
does not change. So I'm all for give it right to them. And I'm sure before they came to you to get a hard truth, you done had somebody baby them through it before they just get to that level where somebody giving them a hard truth. So I'm all for give them the truth. The truth shall set you free.
Yes,
I'm out here
ma'am.
trying to set you free.
I love the truth shall set you free. That's one of my favorite sayings.
Okay. The truth shall set you free. And I'm here to do it.
I love you, Miss Tashiana.
Thank you. I love you too, Charlie. I'll be telling my sister them in the chat. Make sure y'all watch how Charlie Rose. She the best moderator here on YouTube.
I learned from the best. VS taught me very well being her moderator for many, many years.
Yeah, I know. To be frank with you, I'm trying to learn my own self because I have no clue at all. But I'll be watching and trying to pay attention, to
The
what be
best
going
thing,
on.
if I told VS what we eventually need to do is one day when she does one of her classes, I
Hmm.
need to jump on there and actually teach people how to teach their moderators and what they should and shouldn't do, and
Yeah,
teach the
that'll be good.
content creators. This is what you should tell your mods to do. This is how they should copy links. This is how they, do their little copy paste stuff so that it looks professional. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I told her, I said, we need to get on the ball about that next time you do a class. I'll be a guest speaker.
But that'll be nice. Maybe one day I need to get me and my mods to come over to your page, and maybe that's something that we can talk about too. Just because I will always tell them just make sure you all pay attention to Charlie. She's a great leader when it comes down to modding and everything. So um just keep their eyes on you and to see what. And one night you weren't in here, honey child. They was posting links and everything. I say, look at them, look at
Look at Diddy. I'm
Charlie
so
been teaching.
proud.
Charlie been teaching very well. I said, look at them.
I get so
Go.
excited when I see everybody else, doing something like that. Because I had to teach some of the people in the Mo3 how to get the StreamYard link and copy it for their person. I'm like, you just click on it like you're going to go to it, but don't go to it.
Uh-huh.
Press copy link. That it's so simple. You don't have to get into the StreamYard. You just got to copy the link. Act like you're
Mhm.
going to do it.
Right.
Click on it, and there'll be a little thing at the top that says copy. If you're on a phone, if you're on a laptop, it's easier on a laptop, obviously, but if you're on a phone, you have to act like you're going, and then you have to go up there and go copy.
Yeah, I see spiritual said they were baby more than a few times before they got the truth. You absolutely right. I always figure that before they come to you as a person that's got a hard truth for them, they've already been babied before they got there. And now it's time for their process to be amped up a little bit more. So they've been sent to the right one that got that real truth that they finna get. But yeah. Wow, that come that time when you get that boom. You don't no longer get them little baby pats or whatever. It's like full force. Boom. Now you have it.
It's
But
either
yeah,
gonna go the one
when
or the two way with that. Either you're gonna baby them so much that eventually you get so fed up that it's gonna come out all at one time, every grievance you've ever had.
right, right. And dump it right on them. And now you graduated from being a baby to now you a full grown adult. You graduated today. Yeah. So I'm finna get ready to get off of here. I thank y'all so much I've been on 2.5 hours.
Ooh, look at you, Miss Tashiana.
Yes, I'm a champ today. With and thank you for all you all help you. Thank you for coming on and letting me go the extra mile to to make it happen. And one of these days we'll get it cracking, because I'm definitely gonna be one of them ones. She can't do nothing without having somebody up on her panel.
I'm gonna be the same way.
Hey, I'm ready for it, but I'm admitting I like talking to people. So I wouldn't care. I could come on here, hit a live, and be up here by myself. If somebody talking in the chat, I could keep on talking back to them in that way. But I trust and believe me, I'll be having 1,000 conversations. But I love having people to like have a conversation. I don't like arguing with people, but I like to have conversation. I like a conversation. It can go high and then come back down low or whatever. But just to like be beefing with somebody, no, I don't like that.
I'm like you. I'm more happy-go-lucky. If you can't
Yeah.
tell, I'm one of these hee people.
Yeah. So when your lives always come to me too. I've got my notifications and stuff turned on, but we'll be chatting.
Yes, we will. You have a good day, Miss
You
Tashiana.
do the same thing. Talk to you later, Charlie, and thank you again for everything.
Bye.
All right. Good night. All right, you all. I thank you all so much for sticking around and supporting your girl. And one of these days, we're going to be doing some big things over here. You know, we high class gardeners over here where we grow food and all of that good stuff. We grow ourselves, to better places and everything. But we don't play with no bugs and no worms over here. High class gardeners. Again, I like to say I appreciate you all for coming through and spending your time with me. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And until next time, I will see you all later. Thanks for joining me. You all have a good night.